Well, what a first day of Team of the Year. There was a lot that happened today, and there's a lot to still talk about. We got a bunch more leaks. The 12th man has now been pretty much confirmed, and some people are not going to like that. And we'll talk about that. There was a very neglected player that we've been waiting to see Team of the Year anything for a couple of years now that's going to get an SBC, which is pretty nice. The market's gotten crazy, and Zidane being one of those cards, and we'll talk about that like right now after we skip to the ad.
If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to MMOXP.com. There will be a link in the description. They are the cheapest and safest option. You can use my code JFC at checkout for a 5% discount.
But okay, you already know what I'm going to say, and that's thank you for being here. Okay, on to the Zidane card. There was some confusion about him because people were wondering, okay, I didn't get him, I didn't get the pack, or I didn't get the Evo. If we go and look at EA's tweet here, this is what they said about it, which by the way, this Evo Zidane, I mean, this card looks absolutely insane. I know it's only Acrobat Plus, and Ping Pass is actually pretty damn good, but the stats on this card, I mean, that's one of the best statted cards, one of the best statted cards that we've ever seen be a free card before. Plus icon chemistry, like that's pretty insane. But the thing is I believe if you played FC25 so far, you will get this 90 rated card. But the only way to get this 94 rated card by evoing him is if you have played FC24 before September 26th, 2024, and FC25 before October 31st, 2024. So you have had to have played both. You're a club member that way. Remember when FC24 came out, they said if you bought the game by a certain date, you'd have a club member status, which gave you access to like certain unique rewards and future titles. This is one of those unique rewards. So yeah, if you don't have the Evo, then that is why. I believe if you don't have the card itself, that's just a glitch, or it's just in your packs right now, because I believe everyone can have the card, but the Evo, not everybody can have. That's kind of the deal with that. And if you've used Zidane, please let me know, because I mean, I'm so jealous if you have this card right here. The 90 rated card looks great too, just obviously the playstyle plus is bad, but I do think it'll be useful in future evolutions, which is really nice. And then speaking of the evolutions, I mean, holy shit, Team of the Year blueprint came out. It gives you 3 playstyle pluses, and it basically gives you a Team of the Year level card. It's pretty ridiculous. Examples like this Kvaratskhelia card, right? 91 pace, 90 shot, 5'5". I mean, it basically gives you a Team of the Year level card. Maybe not quite as good, but 500,000 coins. Listen, I actually low-key don't know how worth it'll be for you to do this with coins, honestly. I actually think the attacking avalanche was probably a slightly better deal. However, like, don't get me wrong, this allows you basically to pick whatever card you want to. If you have an evolution team, you have an all, say, I don't know, Arsenal team, an all Czech Republic team, it allows you to give you one of those cards Team of the Year, and that's pretty great. The cards look great. I'm sure there's hella videos out already talking about the best cards to put in here, so you can go watch those if you'd like to. But yeah, okay, there's also 30 coin packs are back, by the way. This wasn't out of content time. I think both 10 and 30 were not out of content time. Could be wrong about that, but they came out very shortly after, and the 30 coin pack we're gonna open right now and tell you about how we are going to have not a Team of the Year in this pack. We're going not, or a walkout actually. We're going to have a crazy pack opening that's not today, by the way. I was seeing like a bunch of comments being like, hey, when's the stream start? I believe I said it like the first minute of yesterday's video. It's going to be next Friday when the full Team of the Year comes out. Okay, now KDB came out, and I did not think that this card would be this expensive. I mean, this card has 20 squads for a non-icon, non-player of the month. Have we ever seen that before? I feel like this might be a first, and he's like 2 million coins or so. I mean, the card is outrageously good, right? The card is simply fantastic, no other way to put it. But 2 million coins in one of those where, yeah, you're gonna have to just save up while completing all those league upgrades, save up that fodder to try and complete him. Otherwise, I mean, good luck, because that is a crazy price point on him. I do think if he was on the market, it would be probably something similar to that, or getting close to that, so it's not too far off, I guess. And then Casillas came out. Well, I actually completed already. I haven't used him yet, just did him like 30 minutes ago. And if you guys have used him, let me know if you like him or not. All these players, KDB, Team of the Year cards, if you packed one yet, Casillas. But okay, on to our leaks and news now, and look at this. Salma finally getting some respect in the Team of the Year circle. Lead to come as an honorable mention SBC, but hey, we're at least getting a car from her, and she's very, very good in game. I have her evolution that I used for the start of my PC account. She was fantastic, and it will probably look something like this. Finesse and rapid stats are only predictions anywhere right now, no confirmed stats anywhere, but nice to see we're still getting some like really good SBC leaks prior to our leaks that we just had leading up to Team of the Year. And speaking of SBCs, we know Gareth Bale is coming. We do do have Gareth Bale's official stats, who the stats themselves are outrageous. The stats are so insane. 98 pace, 93 shot, 93 dribbling. I mean, that combination there is not something I thought I would see. I mean, 90 passing as well, don't forget. That is not a combo I thought I would see at all. And I think we all thought we would see on probably any SBC during this team of the year. Now, obviously, the problem comes in where it's rapid plus and then acrobat plus. So the play styles, you only really have one play style plus, you would say there. And he is a striker now. Not that that changes much. Maybe it changes some roles, but the stats are crazy. The play style is maybe not as much, but it's still a crazy card, looks like. And there were some people disappointed by this. I don't know if we can say that until we try the card out, honestly. If only that one useful playstyle plus really makes a difference there on that card. But okay, team of the year 12th man, we have the nominees for the 12th man. Now, I think I can confidently say I know who's gonna win it, guys, and I think we can confidently say that this is confirmed now that Ronaldo is going to get a 12th man, because our nominees are Ronaldo, Florian Wirtz, and Frimpong. Now, going off of actual performance here, I think we know who would probably deserve it, and that's Florian Wirtz. But this is voting, so keep that in mind here, that there is no way to me this is not Ronaldo. Ronaldo's gonna get a team of the year card, and I don't really know how, but we just need to live with it. This might be the last year we'll see a Ronaldo card in team of the year, so let's try not to spend too much time complaining about it. Okay, let's just savor the fact that Ronaldo is in the team of the year, which sounds insane to say, but Ronaldo's in the team of the year this year. No Gyökeres, no Haaland, right? None of those guys in there. The women's voting is down here too. It's Gwyn, Haran, and Shaw. I don't really know who deserves out of those three, but the more interesting thing, I suppose, is that Cristiano Ronaldo has won it. If you guys don't know, the 12th man is not an SBC. It's just literally an extra card in packs, so you can't pack CR7 in like any upgrade packs because he's Saudi League, whereas you go with Wirtz and Frimpong, but we know who's going to win it here, right? But yeah, okay. Moving on, next is Joao Cancelo. Cancelo also has a flashback on the way. Not confirmed stats here, but that's kind of cool because Saudi League links are really nice right now. Direct link to Neymar, which is good. So like I said, still nice to see we're getting like good SBC leaks all the way past team of the year even coming out, which is really nice to see, because we kind of had a hunch that it was like we've seen the best of them yet, but we might not have now, considering we've got a couple of more SBCs leaks just post team of the year release, which is really nice to see. And yes, the servers, by the way, today were just terrible. For the first hour, they were just, I mean, you could not consistently do anything on the game. I couldn't get in today until like 12:25 or something like that. I legitimately could not get inside Ultimate Team for like 20 plus minutes today. So I do want to acknowledge that there were a lot of server problems. You could expect this during like the full release. There's going to be more server problems during that time. Server queues are a thing now. And also Unique Riggers was talking about this, guys. I don't know if I've ever seen a drop like Zidane's drop was today. If you go and look at his market price, this is his console price here. Zidane is 630 right now, and he was actually lower than this. I saw him at 550. I saw him at earlier today. So because of that card plus Evo, this card is now like actually affordable. I know that affordable and 630k maybe don't go hand in hand, but these relatively affordable for an end of the game icon. Well, not end of game icon, but let's just say meta icon that's 94 rated. This is easily one of the worst crashes on a card in like 6 hours you've ever seen. I mean, he was 1.5 before content today, and that was already with a crash in there, knowing we got to freeze Zidane probably. If you bought him like 5 days ago, he was 1.8, 1.9 mil, and you lost, you know, 1.2 just in the blink of an eye, basically, on the Zidane card. Wanted to highlight just how crazy this drop was. And there were other drops today too. I saw other icons go down, like let's just look at Bobby Charlton. Bobby Charlton today down to 780. I actually saw him lower than this, like 700k about. This card was at 1 million coins pre-content. You know, a lot of these types of cards going down, one play style plus cards right now, but we'll get to more of that in a sec. Just wanted to highlight how ridiculous this Zidane drop was. We do have some official stats on our defenders, on some of that we've not seen yet. Van Dijk has his official stats, and good God, aerial, intercept, block. Don't look too long, you might turn to stone. You can't afford him, right? No affording that guy. We got Saliba here, who actually really strange choices of playstyle pluses. Relentless, slide tackle, and anticipate, which, yeah, that's definitely a weird one. This card will actually be much cheaper than he could have been, considering, yeah, you could kind of almost argue he has one playstyle plus. Now, like I said in yesterday's video, Relentless plus and second man pressing, it does give it a little bit of a boost, and right now with the center back marking being a little bit less, you could argue that that will give him slight use, but it's not completely useless, but it's not meta. It's not as good as intercept. It's not as good as, I don't know, Bruiser in my opinion would be. So yeah, definitely a strange choices, or definitely a couple strange choices on playstyle pluses there. Everybody is just still waiting on FUT scoreboard, waiting on exchange packs. We've not seen any leaked yet, still seeing none. We'll keep you updated when we hear about it, but nothing as of now. And I'm going to talk about this every day until we hear something about it. No word on these crazy icons or new heroes coming into the game. We've heard nothing about that. Well, there's your daily update, because we're all waiting patiently for a Seidu Doumbia card to enter into our lives again. And as the days go on, you gain about a little percent chance that it's not true, especially with no information at all about them. But if you want to hear news right when it drops, then subscribe if you're new. If you guys haven't gotten a look, I think there's maybe the defenders on the women's side we didn't see the official stats for. I believe like Renard here has long ball plus. I don't know if we talked about that. Long ball for Renard. Paredes has aerial slide tackle block. Okay. Karchawi has relentless, jockey, and whipped. Lucy Bronze has giant throw in. Okay. Giant throw, but then anticipate and incisive with some nice play styles there. The only issue actually is, you guys don't know, with anybody with any sort of long throw in play style, they tend to switch sides of the field. So if you have a right back with, say, the giant throw in or just the base long throw in play style, and the ball goes out of play on this side of the field, she'll actually go over here to throw it in and leave you kind of out of position on your defense, which does suck. There may be a way to change that in the settings. I don't know if there is. If somebody could help me with that, if there actually is a way to pick who like takes your throw-ins. But yeah, anyway, also I wonder if we saw that big goalkeeper nerf as well, and people were complaining about the goalkeepers being nerfed because they know 2 play style plus keepers are around the corner, and they'll probably be pretty cheap as well. Like this Berger card would probably be pretty cheap. That Casillas wasn't that expensive actually, and he has 2 play style pluses. So maybe that was kind of partly why they made the goalkeepers significantly worse, because they knew some of that would be made up for in due time. I'm not sure, but that's the whole women's team there. And the most voted players that were not in the first 11 team of the year were Valverde, Rudiger, Wirtz, and Yamal. So what is probably going to happen with these cards here, because we know all 4 of them. I mean, Wirtz could still theoretically win that 12th man, but odds are all 4 of them here will not be in any sort of team of the year. So they're going to be in the honorable mentions team. That drops, I want to say, early next week. I want to say that drops. We'll keep an eye out for that, but there's going to be no team of the year Yamal, which is kind of crazy. I thought he'd for sure end up in there somehow, but that 12th man voting was a little questionable. I think it's safe to say that. Okay, the question remains, what in the world is the buy time? Because obviously people want to play the game right now. The gameplay feels a lot better. The cards continue to drop and die in price because there's great evos and SBCs and all of the above, right? I think that right now we know now that it was very good to wait. It was very good to wait until the whole promo came out, because the market went down today. I do still think we want to wait till Sunday night probably to at least look at buying. It needs to be at least Sunday night. I want to see what happens when Bale comes out. I want to see what happens when Kimmich comes out. I want to see what happens when these big SBCs come out. Salma as well, right? That just gives it more time. I do think that people want to be tradable less. We will see a drop further than this. That's my prediction. So I think that we just want to wait. Nothing really changed today in terms of our outlook on it, our long-term outlook. Okay, let's read your comments now. And literally all the comments were saying, please God, stay with dark mode. And you know what? That's what we did today. We're staying with dark mode. It feels weird. I've been a light mode user for like literally 10 years. I made my Twitter account, I think in 2013. I think it's been 10 years I've been on light mode. I actually do use, I have dark mode here on YouTube. This is actually dark mode. So I do use it for some things, but like Twitter, I didn't use it, but I don't know. It does feel a little bit maybe easier on the eyes, perhaps. We got the Barnes Factor, who says, you keep bringing up the fact that Barbo is still playing, so he can't be in the game as an icon/hero. Pires and Lundberg were both playing in the Indian Super League when they were added in as legends in FIFA 14. So maybe, I guess, if that's true, there is some precedent there for like cards being on a team, or sorry, players being on a team and then them getting icon/hero cards. Maybe there is precedent there. I don't know. We've never seen it, I think, since then, I'm assuming, right? But yeah, I guess maybe there could be some sort of extra hope that stuff actually could come out. And guys, most of the comments have been just talking about how much they like the gameplay change. So, now that we're an extra day in, maybe you've played Weekend League, do you still like it a lot? There were some people saying that defending is too hard or whatever, right? And most replies to that have been like, yeah, you got used to AI defending and spamming tackle, and now you can't do that anymore. It's obviously, I'm sure there's probably an in-between somewhere in there, but what do you guys think about the new update? And one of the biggest questions about kind of the gameplay update in itself, right, is Maverick Mako, which is a very good point here. Feel conflicted. On one hand, credit where credit is due. This is the best gameplay I've experienced since FIFA 18 pre-patch. However, why the fuck have we had to endure this mess thus far? If this is what the devs are capable of, why haven't they shown it until now? Overall, please have a fun playable game though. Side note, may hurt UFL a bit though. this is really strange because my theory behind this so far has been like EA and the devs, I think not even necessarily EA, I think the devs themselves had a vision for what they wanted the gameplay to be, and it was a little more rigid. It was a little more like on a track, if that makes sense, like just a bit slower, they try to make it a bit more methodical, I think, when I don't think that they're capable of making a really solid, rewarding, functional, methodical game, if that makes sense. There's a Chewboy tweet actually that he said when he was the community manager, the most liked games were always the ones that were just quicker, that were a bit more fast paced. Those were always the more liked games, and he was a little confused as to why they kind of went away from that for a while, and now they're going back again, and the feedback's pretty positive, right? So my guess as to why that's happening was just because they were trying to stick with their vision and what they wanted to make with the game and what they believed in, and it got to a point where they couldn't do that anymore. I think they just saw the numbers and they saw the feedback from people and said, yeah, this maybe isn't the way to do it. We need to listen to the people, and they finally did, and just took this long because they believed in themselves. It's kind of I guess the nice way to put it is like they really believed in themselves to make the best game, and I think that that's why they did that. And it just took a really, really long time for them to realize that, yeah, maybe we should listen to the fans and what they would like to see more often. Because FIFA 23 came out and we literally all said, hey guys, you have a solid base here, let's work on this. And then they just went for FC 24 and it was a completely different base in itself. So they did not want to listen to us. Like, they really did not want to. So you do wonder what has changed from now to then. Has it been just bad numbers? Has it been just a change of heart? You know, I don't really know. I don't know what the answer to that question is, but what do you guys think? And let me know. And hopefully you guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Thank you for joining me and being here. Love you all. See you in this video. Peace.